There we go, now it should be working. So I have been talking to myself this entire time, which is absolutely bloody awful, but yeah, there we go. Just please let me know if it works now. Awesome, great. Yeah, so basically what I was saying is that we are gonna continue on this mini. I was trying to solve some audio issues with my alerts that I have set up, but didn't solve it for some reason. So here we are. If someone subscribes, then unfortunately they will have to deal with quite unpleasant noise of my subscription alert, but what can I do? Either way, let me pick the colors for the hair, because that's what we are working on today. If you guys are struggling with hair today, hopefully I will show you how to do it properly. Okay, so first things first, let me grab some paints. So this will be like our base coat. And actually most of the hair is already base coated, so we are gonna use this one if we have to fix anything. This might be, quite possibly, our first highlight color. And the rest, I guess, we'll kinda wing it, you know? So I have picked a bunch of paints, and I'm gonna load my, I'm gonna put them on my palette, but honestly, I am sure that I will not use all of them. But yeah, just to be sure. I haven't even prepared the baking paper because I was so busy. I might have asked already, but how are you guys doing today? Yeah, we definitely need the white. And basically I have a box in here that I will try to replicate. So this is like the original box illustration. And yeah, I will try to get these really desaturated highlights that you see right here. But the midtones are quite juicy, so it's not gonna be entirely desaturated, that's for sure. Yeah. Just been cleaning up after a major storm last night. Now ready for the evening. Jesus. Were you safe, at least? No, honestly, it was supposed to be raining in here as well, but it hasn't been raining yet. And it's so hot in here that I would prefer for it to rain like non-stop. So as I said, this is like the base coat of the hair, burnt red. And now we are gonna use the first highlight color, which is brick red. We are gonna apply it on all the volumes. So basically there should be like a highlight basically on the crown of the hair. So that's what we are gonna paint, like entirety of it. But in further hair, maybe we'll leave the recesses as they are, and that's just fine. Very northeast of Switzerland. Ah, okay, I see. But were you safe though? How bad was the storm? (22 degrees) after 38. Yeah, well, it's like almost 30 in here, which is pretty nuts. Last time when I was streaming, I had to actually change my t-shirt because I was just dripping in sweat. And I might have to change this stream as well. Maybe I should get a towel. Gust up to... Jesus. The we came through. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, I live in an apartment, so chances are that nothing too bad would happen anyway. But if you are living near a lake, things can get ugly very quickly, I guess. As you mentioned. At this point, this first highlight, or rather this first layer, is still quite dark, so I don't really care where I put it. There will be like 3 to 5 more layers after that, so yeah. Maybe I'll leave just some of the recesses as they are. There is already a drop of sweat forming on my nose. Oh, and I can't even open the window because, you know, I'm streaming and you wouldn't hear anything. Yeah, this is gonna take a while, but what can I do? Jesus. We've been painting this mini on the 30 streams already, and I would be really happy to progress significantly now. At the very least, I would like to start the next month with a different mini, maybe something Warhammer. I actually have an entire box of Nurgle minis, the new box, Dawnbringers. So I'm looking forward to that actually. Hey Abra, how are you? What do you mean, here we go again? With the Warhammer or what? Just another chill painting stream. Yeah, well, let's hope Gary is not here. Otherwise, the stream would be ruined. Well, not really. Actually, my painting desk is already up, so I won't be tempted to adjust it mid-stream. I would assume that for the next one, I will do either the braces. Is that what it's called? Or like the corset or you know, this piece of clothing. So I will do either that or the stockings. And maybe I will do a poll for that. Corsage, is that what it's called? Ah, I see. Yeah, so the next time I think that we will do either that or the stockings. Or maybe both actually. It's not very difficult to paint. Like obviously the smoothest thing on the miniature has to be the skin. The rest can be kinda rough. Now, like for sure I haven't finished like the arms and the palms. Those are very uncanny when you compare them to the other parts of the skin. But I will do that offline. Now, aside from the flexibility that I have when I'm standing up, when I paint, another bonus is that I don't have to wear any pants, right? But I do wear them. Or do I? You'll never know. See, I don't really like that this hair has all these individual hair strands standing out. Um, that's not really how hair behaves in real life. You kind of have this uniform volume for the most part, especially a good example of this is like shampoo bottles, right? You can see the hair properly, that it forms a single volume, which you can paint quite nicely if it's actually sculpted like that on the miniature. And on some sculpts you can see that they sculpt like individual hairs, which is kind of bonkers. That's not really how hair works. So the backside is really messy in this case. I actually would like to see a real life example of hair like this. Like that's impossible. Hey, how are you? I don't really know how to pronounce your name, so sorry. But either way, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, once we get to actually properly highlighting this mess, it's gonna be not very fun. No, I will actually tell you a secret. Sometimes when I am very lazy with my miniatures and I just want to showcase a certain technique or something specific, I will use just one side of the mini. Tom, tom, tom. And maybe I won't paint the rest of the mini. What a shocker, right? But minis like these actually motivate me to do that. But since I want to paint this one to a reasonable standard, of course I have to paint everything. If you just want to show something, like sure, just paint a piece of the miniature. Don't paint the entirety. But if you care about the mini, of course you have to paint all of it. Thank you for the follow, Ashlyn. How are you? How did you find me? I'm good, thank you. And you? I'm a fan of your video on Instagram for some reason. I never caught you on stream though. Yeah, well, I mean, no wonder. This is like my 4th stream ever, so it's not really surprising. But either way, my schedule is like, I try to do this every Wednesday at 6, my time, of course. Or on Saturday, 7 p.m. But we will see. I'm not even sure what time zone are you from, so yeah. So did you find the stream through Instagram, or were you just scrolling through the Twitch? Hey, Mr. Rondo. Hey, Bunny IP Studios. How are you guys? Have you ever gotten paint on your beard accidentally? Well, I'm sure I have, but not too much, that's for sure. Actually, there is like there was like a Halloween kind of party, and I had to like paint my entire beard with white, and because I was going as Gandalf. So yeah, very nice. I'll be more often. I am in the UK. Ah, okay. So not two different time zone. Scrolling through Twitch. Okay, I see. Because I actually shared a story on Instagram where I announced that I am gonna stream. So yeah. What I kind of dislike about this time though is that I don't get to eat dinner. Because before the stream I'm actually too stressed to manage to eat. It's not like the stress actually like I cannot eat because of the stress itself, but like I have too much stuff to do around the stream that it's basically impossible. But still, I think it's the best I can do. Because majority of the people are not gonna tune in throughout the day, right? Cool, thanks. There's a widget you can use that will give your stream times in local time. Yeah, I should do that. Definitely should add that. And for those of you wondering, yes, I am painting standing up because I have height adjustable desk. Oh boy. It's you, Gary, my nemesis. Hey Gary, how are you? Zoomy Paint standing so I can't crash the stream again. That's what I said when the stream started. So last time I was painting sitting down, but Gary thought that I don't have this height adjustable desk, so I had to prove it to him. And as I was raising my desk, somehow something just got fucked and the whole stream went under, unfortunately. So it's Gary's fault that he crashed my stream, essentially, by a proxy. Twitch did not give me a message you streamed. I just glanced at the live streams by chance. Strange. I am doing good. Missed the KDM sale, which upset me greatly. Otherwise, I tried painting a bit. How are you in chat? Yeah, I actually missed the sale as well. I really wanted the... What is the name? Gunborg? I wanted that miniature. Also, Painter Scale Lucy. So didn't get that one either. But yeah. That's what happens when the company is based in New York, right? Sucks to be European. I will just adjust my camera just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. This might be actually better. I feel like. Oh, it's miles better for me. Not sure about you guys, but that's what you're gonna get. I'm being a bit too careful with the hair because I don't want to touch the face. That would be quite a disaster. But I'm thinking that maybe I should start sketching the main highlights so it's more interesting for you guys as well as for me. But that would also mean that I will have to correct it quite a bit later on. The red hair looks fantastic. How did you do it? So basically, so far we applied just burnt red, which is the base coat. And the first layer that I'm applying right now actually is this color, which is called brick red. Nothing special, honestly. The hair has a lot of work that has to be done. So yeah. That's the reality of miniature painting. Everything is super slow. And you have to be very careful. Or rather precise. Oh my god. There's a bit of hair in here, which I have to get out. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's actually sketch. Because I want it to be more interesting. So what I'm gonna do now is combine these two colors, brick red and pale sand. Ah, now you can see it. And I will start sketching like the main reflections. Thank you for the follow, Drake Czar. Sozumi, how many minis did you paint in your life? Jesus Christ. I don't know. It has to be in the hundreds. Not thousands, but hundreds for sure. It might be above 1,000 though. But honestly, I don't know. More than 5. You are very kind, Gary. Yes, it's between... It's in an interval of 5 and infinity. Something between that, you know? I mean, yeah. Technically, 1,000 is more than 5. Yeah, sure. So even though this is just sketching, I still have to be more selective. So usually, when you look at hair, it reflects the light in the same volume as the object underneath, which is the hat, obviously. But yeah, this is like a sphere, right? So that's how we have to paint it. Oh, Atlas, small human, should be in bed right now. I'll tell her. Ah, okay, great, fantastic. Thank you, Gary. Being useful for once. Uh, Thank you for the follow, Mario Duran. How are you? Useful for once? Hey, that is what my dad always told me. Do you have like some daddy issues and that's why you are watching me? Do I strike the same vibe as your dad? Okay, so what I'm doing right now is that I'm trying to blend that in. This sketch is like 50% pale sand and 50% brick red, right? So now I'm taking like 75% brick red and 25% pale sand, diluting it quite a bit and just blending that in. But honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to see what it looks like. There's gonna be a lot of adjustments later. He does not have such a magnificent beard, though. Oh, either way, thank you. Is Atel gonna make it to the stream? She said her son is watching TV, but she can't make it yet. Okay, I see. So what you'll see me do a lot this stream is that I will have to glaze over my highlights. And that's because when you are painting red, which is actually a very sucky color to paint, because if you wanna paint red, you cannot go really lighter than red. So when you are highlighting it, you have to use like something like, if you don't want to have orange highlights, then you have to use white, and you desaturate the red, which doesn't really make sense. Then it looks pink. So what you'll have to do is use red again and glaze over the desaturated highlight. And that's essentially what I'm doing right now. Not to such a degree, but you'll see me do it all the time this stream, most likely. But of course, if something is very reflective, then you can kind of afford to have a bit of white in your highlights. Like for example, if you look at people who are painting something like Iron Man, then it's non-metallic metal essentially, and the highlights are basically white. Since hair is usually quite reflective as well, you can go into white a little bit, but I'm not ready for that at this point. But if you actually look at the box illustration for this mini, you'll notice that there is actually some white highlights too. So yeah, we can use a little tiny bit on very small space, but that's about it. Text Red, this looks a lot like the Aya fake Zumi is painting. This looks like Aya fake Zumi. What the hell? What the hell does that mean? Why fake? Oh, the Aya is not fake. I am fake, is what you're saying. I see. I was thinking about sharing the stream on Lantern's Reign, but I don't want to make it like an ad, basically, right? So I haven't done that yet. Definitely not Zumi is painting this as well. Yeah, that's what I figured. The one in the Discord server, right? What an asshole. I type slow, broken wrist. So you are not even painting right now, huh? Dude, I can't imagine having like a broken arm or wrist, for that matter. I have never broken anything. Thank God. Gonna be weeks. Jesus. I will Zumi cosplaying Easter Aya next stream while painting Easter Aya. That's not gonna fly. Zumi the miniatures. I made an announcement in Hobby that you stream and then... Jesus Christ! Don't you do that to me. I'm nervous as it is. And now I'm gonna embarrass myself in front of the entire server. I just hope that for most of them it's still morning, so it's not gonna be too bad. You got this, Zumikito! Well, thank you for your support. I mean, if everyone who's watching is gonna be interested in Kingdom Death, then at least we can talk about like Gambler's Chest and stuff like that, because I'm really excited about it. I think that many people from the server are now actually joining us, which is nuts. I came here for the rimming lessons. Oh Christ. Thank you for the follow, everyone who followed me just now, which is a ton of people. I have mentioned this a few times already, but I feel like I cannot be as productive during the stream, since I just have to pay attention to the chat, right? I am, but gonna jump for work. Nice paint job so far. Thank you. Wait, what server? You know which one. Opal. Jesus Christ. Everyone is in here. By the way, you guys can actually clear up something for me, because there was one guy in the Kickstarter comments and he was asking to get the gambler's chest a bit earlier than the rest of us, right? Did he get it or did he not? I was super invested in that drama. Oh, no one is gonna clarify that for me. I didn't see anything more about it. Okay, I see. Which drama? Sorry, I am cooking it at the same time. Yeah, no worries. It's like very Kingdom Death specific drama. Basically, people are waiting for one expansion for like 5 years or more even. And there is one copy that was approved basically as a final copy that is just fine, excellent, you know. It was a copy for revision that the company received. And there was one guy in the comment section and he asked for that particular copy because why not? So he could get the copy of that expansion before anyone else. So that's what I'm talking about essentially. Oh, I see. I actually missed that entirely. Are you into Kingdom Death as well? So, did you end up correcting the seam we talked in Discord about? No, I think that I did not fix it. But anyway, I don't think it's really noticeable. See for yourself, honestly. Like, it would mean that I would have to spot strip the miniature, which is kinda, you know, not optimal. But it is barely noticeable now. This is great. Yeah, because I put so many layers of paint on it that you cannot see it, basically. I do have one of the box sets, yes, and I do love the minis, but the limited numbers of copies were hard to follow. I kept missing out on stuff. I see. And are you waiting for the Gambler's Chest expansion? Which is shipping hopefully the next month. Also, thanks everyone who just followed me right now. I see that there is PhD ADD, for example, also a very known name in the server. Gary, since I missed the sale, at least the good part is there was no shipping Chan model nor Pantsu Witch. True that. I wouldn't like to miss that. But at the same time, I would have thought that if there was such release, they would have to make actually more than 1,000 copies. I've not been waiting for it. I'm trying to paint what I have as much as I can. Yeah, I can't wait. Especially to paint the armor sets, which are absolutely gorgeous. So the Kingdom Death Monster people on the server usually host a competition. For those of you guys who are not involved. I wonder if there is gonna be a painting competition of the armor sets. Yes, the new armor sets are great. Shades of Decay. Which one do you like the most? Because for me, it's obvious, the Death King armor set. That one is just lovely. And as many things Kingdom Death, it reminds me very much of Berserk. Okay, so right now you'll see that I am glazing back down those very desaturated highlights to establish some saturation. And this is far from the last time that we are doing that. Hi Great Tide Studio Ordo, how are you? Hey Rainbow. That's a tough one. Death King is 11 out of 10, but I liked pretty much everything they showed so far. Yeah, same. I also like that sci-fi Aya. But I think that the visor is actually not sculpted and it looks kind of weird. But what can you do at such scale? Great idea to the order. Great, thank you for asking. I'm working hard to finish the current campaign and will be in touch with you soon. That's excellent. So I'm not even sure if I can even talk about that because, you know, your schedule is your schedule. So maybe I shouldn't do that on stream. But yeah, basically hit me up whenever you can because I need to know. I need to know if I have my September free or not. I did not collect KDM yet when the sci-fi stuff came out, but sci-fi Aya looks gorgeous. Yeah, I think so as well. I'm pretty hyped for the monsters so far, only thought about a scheme for the Croc, but such a bunch of good stuff in that box. Hey Majin! Thank you for the Prime. Unfortunately, I think that the alert for subscribing is kind of broken. I tried to fix that before the stream, but somehow I wasn't able to, so I am kind of bummed. So yeah, but thank you so much for subscribing. We got some more people coming in. And thanks everyone for the follows. All the cool kids are here, I guess. Yeah, I think so. So many names that I can recognize right away. Mostly from the Lantern's Reign, right? Is that why Tennis isn't here? Oh, you, Gary. Thank you for the follow, RN Royalty. It's all good, we love Zumi and your fabulous, majestic beard. Thank you, I appreciate it. But I grow a bit worried because once I shave my beard, if that ever happens, then I'm fucked. It's my only proper marketing tool. Or branding tool, rather. We know, your talent lies within the beard, yeah. I had a reference for this mini. Now, obviously, I'm trying to follow the box illustration, but that's just not enough, right? So if you are wondering what I'm doing at this moment, I'm trying to search for Sergio Calvo's version of Easter Aya, because that one is very good. But the only thing that I really want to find on his version, is the way he highlights the hair, because I really like that. Oh yeah, now I see it. Yeah, I will have to do it a bit differently. But we'll see what happens. picked up anything from yesterday. For me, the sale was actually today, and the only thing that I managed to get is the small scale Lucy. That one I really liked. I actually bought 2 of those because one is gonna be just for gaming because it's excellent starting survivor, and one is gonna be painted to like a, I guess, display quality. And there was one other thing that I ordered, and it cost $60, but for the love of God, I can't remember what was that. It was oh yeah, it was the happy birthday surprise. Yeah, exactly. I'm reading yesterday update right now. There was an update? Wait, hold on. There's no way there was an update. There was like a newsletter, but that's about it, right? Ah, okay, I see. Don't scare me like that. You play with resin? Well, it's a gaming scale. That's what you are supposed to do with it. Nah, not really. I have too much stuff to paint anyway, like, it's fine. Okay, I'm done. It is last month's update, and I check them so rarely that I haven't. Okay, I see. Gary, are you trying to ruin my stream again? Because that's what he did last time. Hello, Mecha, how are you? So the color that I'm about to glaze right now is Vermilion from Vallejo. And that should also help re-establish the saturation of the hair. We're gonna do a lot of back and forth on this mini. Or rather, the hair. Ooh, so many messages. What do you mean trying? I already succeeded once. What a prick. Thank you for the sub, Opal. I really appreciate it. Rainbow Cog. I restart to paint after a very long time. I bought resin mini on Etsy and I have the feeling losing my life restore holes in it. Oh, you have holes in your resin print. Yeah, that's not great. It sometimes happens. But yeah, you can just use Meleput to fix it. An essential question, can you dry brush with your beard? I wanted to do something similar for the April Fool's video, but didn't have the time for it, unfortunately, because it was around the Golden Demon. But we'll see. Paint eyes with it. Paint the eye reflection. What I wanted to ask last time. Did you back Elfo Chronicle? No. I didn't back any Kickstarter campaign, actually. Well, that's not true. I backed the Miniax Kickstarter campaign. Holes like misprint or just little nicks. I don't recommend getting acrylic paint in your beard. Mine is to my belly and it gets paint in it a lot. Yeah, I would imagine that's not really optimal. Do you recommend investing in an airbrush or do you work solely with brushes? I do recommend investing in an airbrush because the shades that you see on this skin from the bottom, like majority of that has been airbrushed. And sure, you can do that with your paintbrush, but that's gonna take you a lot of time, and it's likely not gonna be as consistent. So airbrush is definitely great. You don't have to buy an expensive one. I literally use like an airbrush that costs like $5, at least like the pistol. But the compressor has to be at least decent, I think. Just saying, Beard Sable might be a profitable venture. But that would mean that you have to actually like breed Zumikitos and actually harvest their beard and stuff like that. Which is crazy. You would have to shave them like sheep. I had a customer send a really poor FDM print to paint. Yeah, don't paint FDM prints. That's usually not good. It looked like topographical. Yeah, see, the layers on FDM are just too big to paint. Angles you never see on YouTube. Like which angles? Up the skirt. What do you know? Maybe I am not wearing any pants. Hey Zumi, since you glaze a lot, can you apply layers of glazed paint with an airbrush? If I glaze a lot, I actually do that with my airbrush. I didn't glaze the skin a whole lot. I mean, then it kind of depends what you define as a glaze. If a glaze is just like a filter that's supposed to be evenly distributed along the brushstroke, then it's kind of painful to do it with your regular paintbrush. So for that, I am using an airbrush. But if I am like dragging a drop of paint and depositing pigment to a certain part of the miniature, then I do that with my regular paintbrush, right? Hope that makes sense. Last time Zumi was like, okay guys, no sexual stuff here, I don't know Twitch rules well yet. While showing a full view of... Look, it's totally hidden. There is nothing to see, honestly. See? It's fine. There's no nothing. Oh, you can use some... Oh, okay, that's when it comes to 3D printing. Yeah, I was asking someone if this mini would be okay to paint on Twitch, and they said like it's not a problem at all. So yeah, that's what we are doing. I'm always saying that it's kinda a pity that Kingdom Death is not as popular as Warhammer, for example, right? So it doesn't perform as well on YouTube. But on Twitch, on the other hand, nothing stops me from painting it. For instance, thinking for the summer Lucy body to go in with black primer, then airbrush pro acrylics dark tan skin paint, then warm skin paint with a glaze airbrush directional highlight. That sounds kind of complicated. I would have to actually see it. I can't really tell if this is gonna work or not. Like, it might. Also, don't you find that airbrushing pro acryl is a bit tricky because the paint is so matte and it usually dries and clogs the airbrush? How else do you get skin to work? Well, you can watch my VOD and you'll see. I don't really airbrush any of the highlights. I like build layers with my paintbrush. And then I go into the shades and airbrush those. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it takes time, but everything that's worth doing takes time. Less boobs, less viewers. Yeah, maybe I should paint the miniature just from this angle, and that's gonna be outstanding for the Twitch performance. Agreed on Pro Acryl, so I have to work super fast. Yeah, I think that like even with Chimera paints, it's gonna be tricky to airbrush them because they are so matte. Anything that is quite matte is tricky to airbrush. See, I'll have to readjust the hair offline anyway. So I'm just trying to show you like the general direction of my brush strokes and the idea of it, right? As I have said a few times already, painting red is tricky because you have to desaturate it and then you have to glaze on top to not lose that saturation. Because if you just add white into red, then you get pink. So then you have to glaze on top, right, with pure red. And if you highlight with orange, it doesn't really give you that pure red feel, I guess. You see that? Oh no. My gloves are too tight. Ugh. See also paint retarder. Yeah. Not really using it a whole lot, to be honest. Technically, Zumi is one of those girl streamers. Those streamers. That's true. In a way. Yeah, this is like the perfect angle for Twitch performance, right? Yeah, so let me just make my hand a bit dry so I can put on another glove. But for now, we'll leave the mini like this. That's gonna be fantastic. Hey Atel, how are you? Yeah, I mean, if you go for orange highlights, then you end up with a ginger, which is fine, you know, not a problem. But what I'm trying to achieve is this. Like the OG Aya. Jesus. Yeah, like this. And that's red, that's not ginger. Don't remember where I got that from, but I highlight red by adding lime green instead of whites or so. Then glazing red. Yeah, I think it can work just fine. Yeah, Atel made it at the perfect moment, I agree. Seems too big to get in. What does that mean? I'm melting, hate summer. Yeah, me and Atel are actually from the same city. So I am melting as well right now. Okay, so hopefully my hand is now dry. And I can put another glove on. Zumi, I do not know how you can wear a rubber glove in this weather. I would die. Well, then you can kind of think from the other end and tell yourself, how can you not wear a rubber glove in this weather? Since if you touch the mini, you're gonna ruin it with your sweat. Ready for the exam, boys? I'm trying to wear rubber gloves all the time because otherwise my sweaty hands would even start like stripping the miniature, you know? I had that happen in the past. There we go. There will be also some magenta in the shades of the hair, but we are not there yet. Well, the thing is, start sweating really hard under rubber gloves, like really badly, even when I paint parts. At work, I'm just using my gloves instead. Yeah, that's fair. Seems like joining the Wrathcore code might help with that. Yeah, it might, but somehow I just don't like it for some reason. The angle is just a bit weird for me. And I legit tried it, you know. Yeah, my hands prune up like crazy if I have to wear gloves for an extended period. So I just hold it by the painting handle. If the miniature is small enough for me to do that, and I don't have to like for example, if I held it like this and painted like this, the hair and the face and stuff like that, then I wouldn't be as precise. If the miniature was smaller, then sure, I can manage with just with just the painting handle. Atel was hit with the censorship, but it's fine. I don't like Wrathcore. Unfollow. Go ahead and unfollow me and follow me again for that sweet alert. By the way, I saw we should have like 36 degrees on Saturday. I think I'm just gonna go and die in a corner. Well, that's quite terrible because I'm gonna stream on Saturday. So if that's the case, I will have to stream with a towel on my head. Yeah, Atel, that's because I allowed it. Maybe I was too quick. It wanted to censor what you said because you mentioned go and die. For some reason, Twitch marked it as inappropriate. Paint in a pool? No, I can finally fulfill my dream of being a hot tub streamer. Pool party pantsu. I also wanted to paint like the Death Inheritor Aya. But unfortunately, I feel like the hand that is holding Aya, it looks very strange. It looks very inappropriate. Like even more so than this. And that's saying something. No more battery on my phone. See you later. See you later, Rainbow. For example, this particular hair strand, I feel like I have no clue how to highlight. Perhaps I will put a highlight right here. But it's very strange. And that's why from time to time I have to check the Sergio Calvo's Easter Aya. But unfortunately from the angle I can't tell. So I guess I'll have to wing it. Zumi, being at the level you are, any analysis on how the heck Moses got the skin on that Lolo when just now? I haven't seen it, so couldn't tell you. But I assume that he just sketches and glazes over that, right? Just sketch the values and try to blend it in between. It's pretty. You two nail skin so well. I really like what Moses does, but to me it seems like it has to take so much time. Now, like, this one took a lot of time as well so far, but still. Perhaps not as much as Moses would take. So maybe you have an insight into the secret. I'll look at it later. Or, you know, he is in the server, you can just ask him. Or do you think that he won't tell you? We are not cooperating. How is that? Or rather, why is that? That's expensive information. But you can just kind of see it when he posts his work in progress. He just sketches everything and then blends in between. Apparently everyone who's good claim they mess up too much. Gary is joking again. Also, is Moses running his own Patreon or something like that? I wonder. Or is he doing just commissions for box arts and stuff like that? I know he does box arts, that's for sure. But does he teach? Yeah, you have to subscribe to my Patreon though, because that's where the secret spice is. Not really though. I think the hair starts to look reasonable. Still plenty of work ahead, but yeah. Oh, it kinda just... Now it at least resembles a hair. Zumi, could you tell your bot to post your Patreon every 13 minutes or so? Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I will do that for the next stream. I also have to fix my alerts because they are a bit messy. I mentioned that at the start that I tried to do that, and that was why this stream is a bit late. But yeah, I wasn't able to fix it. At this rate, I'm just gonna send all my limbo and hope it magically comes back professionally painted. Please do not remove dancing Zoomy alert. Yeah, I will not remove it, but when you subscribe, actually, the alert sound is broken for some reason. But if you wanna see that, you have to subscribe, so... And more emotes. All of these that you are using right now are from my Discord server. And I think that almost all of them are from my videos. Even the dancing alert is from my videos. Or one particular video. Yeah, let's do this angle. Excellent. Thank you, Gary. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work for gifted subs. It only works for like your actual subscription. Where was the alert? Yeah, too bad. But thank you anyway. That's what you get for ruining my stream the last time. Yeah, the hair color is a bit off. I wonder, can I fix that? Funnily enough, I subbed when Zumi was offline and got the founder's badge. And when he streamed next, the founder's time was over. Dude, I have no clue how all of this Twitch stuff works when it comes to badges and all kinds of alerts and cheers and bits. There's just way too much. I think they could simplify the platform quite a bit. I mean, it's simple enough, but, you know, when it comes to these donations and stuff like that. No one can blame you. Streamlabs and OBS is super complex. Yeah, OBS is the one that I'm using. And I kinda understand it, but yeah. You call it complex, I call it badly designed. I can't really tell you whether that's the case, actually, because I haven't been streaming for that long. And honestly, it wasn't too bad so far. I guess that I am just more used to uploading to YouTube, and YouTube Studio to me is more user-friendly. We are not the same. What does that mean? What does that mean, Donkles? You confuse me. That was very ominous. Hello, how are you, Pascal? Yeah. I know that meme, but in what context have you mentioned it? Zumi, since you are not partnered, you could also do simul stream on YouTube. Wow, that would be actually very complex. Before I actually start streaming anywhere else, even like Instagram or Facebook or anywhere else really, I would like to get more familiar with Twitch first. And even so, I wouldn't be happy to keep the streams up on my main YouTube channel anyway. I like it being separate. But in the future, who knows? Yeah, I know that meme, I just didn't know the context. This is looking mighty nice. Thank you. We are very far from being done though. The skin tones on the thighs and the boobs are almost done, I guess. The face is done as well. The face is actually one of the first things that I had to finish because I had to establish... You know, I have to establish which stuff has to be the lightest. And the face, most of the time, has to be the lightest thing on the miniature where the focus is, basically. So everything else has to be a bit darker. Maybe the hair around the face can be light, but yeah. Yeah, it makes sense to do the faces first. I had to break it to you, but I don't think the focus is on her face. You mean your focus is not on her face? That's saying more about you than the mini. Checkmate. I mean, honestly, if you guys cannot see her beautiful personality, I don't know what's wrong with you. No, no, it is because of gravity. High mass bends light, so we see her mass foremost. Yeah, sure. I mean, whatever you have to tell yourself, Gary. Yeah, Aya is very much a show off. Thanks, Shades of Decay. Decay. Jesus Christ. See, my English is so fucking broken. Yeah, have a good one, and hopefully see you in the future on my future streams. And in the server, of course. I think it starts to look quite reasonable. The hair, that is. I'm still doing a lot of back and forth between the red and the light, the very desaturated highlights. Question: how do you approach male skin? Is your approach different compared to female skin? I mean, it can be the same, it can be different. Really depends. Do you mean like when it comes to color choice or when it comes to technique? Because when it comes to technique, it's the same. You just paint volumes that you find on the Mini. When it comes to colors, then of course you can pick something more towards brown. When I'm painting female skin tone, I like to go more pinkish and magenta-ish. You can do that with male skin tone, but I like to go more brownish in that case. But when it comes to technique, it really doesn't matter. Just the volumes are usually sculpted differently, right? So, like, obviously you paint differently. You can attempt texture too. Male skin can often be rougher. That's for sure. Actually, Kingdom Death is a very good example of this, because if you compare this body with body of, for example, Stone Wrecker, maybe that mini is actually still in the Kingdom Death shop. Not sure. Hey, MTech Productions, how are you? Yeah, and basically Stone Wrecker has more defined features, let's say, because of the muscles. Also, thanks everyone for the follow. I'm not following that too much anymore because I just can't keep up with that. So sorry. Welcome back. Have you charged your phone? Or did you make it home? MTech Productions. Good. Final print of Vi getting ready to go now. Should be able to go smash out 6 of them, or at least have good progress on them on the weekend. Good to torsos curing. Why are you printing so many Vi's? I wonder. Hi Zumi. Hi Thomas. Did you start with Aya or the other parts first? I started with Aya. The other parts are not even glued together. So you might actually notice that this part right here, this is not primed. There is some paint on it, but it's definitely not primed. So I will have to glue the doll or whatever that is. And I will have to use Milliput to close the gaps, right? One, I am insane. Two, I really, really like the character. And 3, wanted to do it in all my favorite skin colors with the added head options. Jesus Christ. Painting the same miniature 6 times is insane. But at that scale, that's even more bonkers. For those of you guys who are wondering what is MTech Productions printing, it's a Vi miniature, but at that point it's not a miniature, it's a bigature. It's a statue, basically. And he's gonna paint that 6 times. He can link it if he wants to. If you want to link it, it's fine. My new video, it should be up this week. and it's a tour of this studio. So you can look forward to that. If you're asking me about which particular day is it gonna come out, that really depends. Because editing takes me so much time. You know, since I started YouTube, I think that I improved my miniatures quite a bit. But here's the kicker. I spend more time editing my videos than painting my miniatures. So yeah. You would think that miniature painting YouTuber spends a lot of time painting miniatures, but no, he spends more time creating the videos. There's another person hilariously doing one as well, but I haven't seen any work in progress of their one because I think they got spooked once Bookmancer dropped the render. LOL. I still feel like when you paint minis that are this scale, it's a whole different hobby. You cannot paint the volumes the same way as on like 75mm scale minis. Yeah, but if all you do is airbrushing, then fine. The highlight contrast on the hair looks cartoony. It's stylish. Yeah, well, since this is the inspiration for it, I mean, that's a fair comment. I'm still gonna reduce the contrast a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna be quite similar. Do you watch anything while painting? I actually don't watch anything, but I do listen to podcasts. But obviously I'm watching my miniature when I paint, right? Yeah. You posted Quick Collection today. When you posting all your Kingdom Death minis? I posted some of the Kingdom Death minis already if you scroll through my Instagram profile. Apologies for the rimming comment. No worries, I don't mind. I mean, if I did, I wouldn't make those jokes. So yeah. Will you make a vid on volumes anytime soon? I already have like 2 or 3 videos on volumes. One of them is where I paint a red Sister of Battle, so you can look that up if you want. And another one is where I don't necessarily paint anything, but I describe it on one of my Kingdom Death miniatures. The basic premise of painting volumes is that you have to copy the shape of what you are painting. So as you can see, for example, her boobs are basically like balls or spheres. So they are highlighted like a sphere, right? Yeah, that's essentially it. And what you are doing, in essence, is you are using a 2D technique on a 3D medium, which is absolutely fine. People should do that. That's actually one of the topics that I wanted to mention on stream. I don't know if you guys follow Siege Studios. I like those guys. They have a podcast. And like it's fine. Like it's all cool and chill. But one guy on the podcast mentioned that he doesn't like look of non-metallic metal because it's a 2D technique used on a 3D medium. And I think that's not really... That's a weird thing to say when you consider that everything we do on our miniatures is a 2D technique. If you are shading your miniatures, even like applying a wash, it's a 2D technique that you are using on a 3D medium, right? If you wanted to do a pure 3D technique on a 3D medium, that you would base coat everything and that's it, and let natural light do its thing. But that's not really how you paint. Yeah. Balls or spheres. Just like real life. Agreed. This tiny girl's leg needs... Jesus Christ, I won't even pronounce that. Will you print and paint Loot Studios' new diorama soon? It is so cool. Well, I have too much stuff to paint already, so I don't know. I don't even think that I have seen that one. But I'll have a look later. Or, you know, like, feel free to link it. Paint the legs. The legs, or at least the skin on the legs, is pretty much finished. Not these stockings though. Or the shoes. But for now, I would like to progress on the hair, and maybe we will do the stockings the next stream. The stockings. Ah, okay, I see. Fishnet stockings. No, I'm gonna do like grayish, whitish stockings. Something pretty tame. But I might do fishnet stockings for a miniature called Goth, Summer Goth Twilight Night, I think is the name. So yeah. When is the next stream? Good question. The next stream is gonna be on Saturday, and that's gonna be, yeah. Just follow me and you'll be notified. Hopefully, even though Gary said that he wasn't notified, but yeah. Or just follow me on Instagram, and I posted there few hours prior. But if the heat is gonna be even more overwhelming on Saturday, then I don't know if I can manage it. Apparently it's supposed to be worse than right now, so yeah. Just for the record, I have no AC, so it's killing me. I can't believe the hair needs more work. It is beautiful. Love your content, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, the hair needs so much work. I mean, maybe not near the... What is this part called? Jesus Christ. Blanking out. The forehead part, right? Not the bangs, I guess. But the rest, it definitely needs a lot of work. Like the highlights on the sides are not established at all. Also, thank you for the follow, everyone who just followed me. I already mentioned that I just can't keep up with the alerts. So yeah, but thank you. Do you use a glove to keep the oils from your hands off the Mini? That's exactly what I am using the glove for. Yes. I'm using my gloves even in the winter because my hands are just sweaty like that. Some people don't use them at all, which I find very strange. But yeah. Will you make a setup tour kind of vid? Yeah, that's my next video, actually. I think I mentioned that. Not sure. Or short, soon. From what I can see on your videos, it is great, but I wish I could see it all. Yeah, you'll see it all in my next video. Do you buy your minis mostly or 3D print them? This one is bought. I like buying my minis, especially Kingdom Death, because obviously you cannot print them yourself. So some brands don't even release minis like as STLs, so you can't print them. But yeah, it's a mix. Sometimes I do 3D print them, sometimes I don't. What about a paint handle? You mean a painting handle? Usually I just stick my miniature to a cork and that's enough. But in this case I wouldn't be able to paint the eyes or the face precisely. But if this was like a just regular ass Space Marine, then sure. How do you photograph your minis? I wonder, how do I describe it? So basically I have like a black background that's from Velvet. I put the miniature in front of that. Then I have two lights that are aiming at the mini, and between the two lights is my camera. That's it. And you want the lamps, or the lights rather, as close to your camera lens as possible. I don't know if that makes sense. Feel free to ask me about that further. I just don't know how to describe it properly. What you definitely want is like a frontal light source and not one from above, at least when you take a photo of your mini. Because that way you can see what you painted properly. I don't know if it's my phone screen, my TV, or the capture. On some vids, it's to see what the painters do. Sergio Calvo airbrush, for example, maybe my eyes. You mean it's hard to see? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it can be a combination of all of these things. And thank you for the follow, Luke the Squat. How long do you think you normally take on a quality miniature? Really depends. Like, if I paint for a competition, then I don't even restrict myself, and I can paint more than for more than 100 hours for sure. This miniature I feel like will take something between 50 to 70 hours, I think. Yeah, actually, if you are familiar with my content, then you know that the Death Corp of Creek Sargent took me over 100 hours to paint. And that's not even exaggerating, it's definitely the case. My last Golden Demon entry took me above 150 hours to finish. But that's also because I had to sculpt a lot of the stuff that's present on that piece. But you know, if I paint like a gaming miniature, then that's definitely not the case. I can just spend a few hours on it and I'm happy. You never really know from the vids how long it really takes. Yeah, that's true. On my Patreon, for example, I share unedited footage. So that's basically the stuff that I record, but that doesn't really make it into the video. But obviously I don't record 100% of what I paint. That would be insane. But in the end, they look all great. Go for Slayer Sword next year. I wish. But at that point, if I spent like over 100 hours on a single miniature, it becomes a costly financial decision. I could spend that time on creating content for you guys, which would actually bring in some revenue, but instead I am chasing Golden Demon. So yeah. My stupidity actually is losing me money. you make profitable on your buy of minis. You are asking me whether I am making profit on my minis. I mean, I am not selling them. I am not a commission painter either. I wouldn't like to be. I started my YouTube channel because I wanted to make some money, or rather make miniature painting my business. And it became one, so that's great. But I like to keep my models that I paint, so yeah. You are more than capable. Well, I don't know. Winning a Slayer sword, that's a wild card. You can never be sure whether you win a Slayer sword or not. If you put in enough effort and you select a correct category, maybe you can sort of guarantee whether you win a Golden Demon. But a Slayer sword, like, you'll never know. Because you can just paint the greatest miniature ever, but then someone else can bring something even better, and like, you don't know. You don't know what others are gonna bring. Is essentially what I'm trying to say. How much time to do your 5-minute tutorials? Yeah, also like depends. For example, the last video didn't take me that much time. But yeah, definitely above. I would say majority is around 30 hours, I suppose. So yeah. When did you start painting? So also it like depends. Do you mean when did I start painting at all, or when did I start painting seriously for quality? They don't know what you're bringing either. Yeah, or today. Are you asking me when did I start painting today? When did the stream start? For quality, that is like, I guess 5 or 6 years ago. So yeah. I'll be happy with a pins of Golden Demon. I mean, that's a good goal. We are under 18. What? We are you under 18, do you think? I'm not sure what that sentence is supposed to mean. I hope this damn Horus gets a pin. Yeah, MTech Productions is currently painting the new Horus miniature, so yeah. Still fascinating that you are jumping from one project to another. I just kind of have to finish one project and then move to another. And I know for a fact that that particular Horus miniature is on your table for a while now. Doesn't say it was good. Well, boys, the dream is dead. Autocorrect issues. Oh, were you under 18, do you think? Well, I was under 18 when I started like painting my armies, but definitely not when I started painting for quality. When I started painting for quality, that was like 5 years ago, so yeah. But my armies, basically what was just a dry brush of lead belcher or bolt gun metal or whatever that paint was called. Yeah, I was like 16 or 15, I think. Zumi, do you still own your first painted model? I don't. Those were Dark Angels, and I sold them to start the Black Templars, because let's face it, Black Templars are way, way better. But do not worry, because my Black Templars sucked as well. And actually, one of the Black Templar scouts is in one of my videos. And that mini is super sucky. That one doesn't look good at all. Finally, peace and quiet. Spawn of hell is in bed. Kinda strange to call your children like that, but sure. You should paint a model of yourself if someone sculpted you an STL. To me, that seems a bit like I am too full of myself if I painted myself. You know, kinda weird. He's awesome, but some days are rough. Well, I am glad that I have no children yet. But at the same time, it's gonna be very, very tiring when we get some kids of our own. Maybe a bust of me. Yeah, still, I don't think that I would like to paint myself. That sounds a bit strange. If someone else paints a miniature that is inspired by my face, then sure. I live with my youngest and he is 3 years old. It is very difficult to balance work, being a dad, and painting. Yeah, that sounds very tiring. Like, at least my hobby is my work as well, so yeah. Which has its pros and cons, right? I would hate painting myself. Yeah, I find that idea also a bit weird. What is that shelf behind you? I love it. Yeah, so as I mentioned, you will see all of that in my newest video that I'm gonna release next. That hopefully will be either Thursday, which is tomorrow. Okay, so that will be most likely on Friday. But yeah, this is from IKEA. And it's super useful. Basically, all my glues are in there, my spatulas, my brushes. But actually, this brush holder is from Hobbyzone, which is a Polish brand. And I had to drill holes in it to actually put it on the hooks. But it's from IKEA. Hi Primaris project. I think once your hobby becomes your work, it can get quite difficult to still like it after years, because suddenly it is not, you can do stuff, but you must do stuff. Yeah, but see, I don't really have to do anything. If I wanted, I could just find a regular job and it's fine. So I never feel really pressured, to be honest. Yeah, I totally get that. I still think that I am very lucky that I am able to do this full time. What's your formation for what job? So, funnily enough, I used to work in a proprietary trading firm called FTMO. And what they do is that they provide capital to you if you are able to trade on Forex markets. So, yeah. Actually, if you search FTMO on YouTube, you might find some of my videos that I did for them. And they actually told me that if I wanted to, I have a position secured in there. I will take "you must paint minis" over "you must provision this broadband for this screaming customer" any day. Yeah, see? Same. That's why I am always fine with a job that is not like super fulfilling, but it still provides me salary and time for my hobbies. Yeah, if you find a job that has like acceptable people working there and like it's not too bad and it like allows you to have to live a good life, then sure. Doing your hobby as your job is definitely not for everyone. Good to go. No, Zumi. Have a great day. Love your channel. Yeah, see you, Thomas. Yeah, hopefully see you on Saturday. Yeah, if you come on Saturday, we can talk some more. That's for sure. So yeah, have a good one. Oh, yeah. Saturday, are you also at FAN? What is FAN? Maybe if I knew what it is, maybe I would be there, but... Zumi, don't forget to intake fluids for perfect painting performance. Yeah, that's true, actually. I should drink something. Minigaming convention. Never heard of FAN. I'm afraid. I heard of something that is called GriffCon, but that's in the UK. And that's a bit too far from Czech Republic. FAN is in the UK as well. What does the abbreviation stand for? It's new, it's second year of it. Okay, I see. To do it full time but earn a decent wage, good bonus, holiday, etc. Plus the divorce would be hella expensive. Yeah, I still don't know what fan is. Can anyone explain it? What is fan? Am I just stupid? Or what? Oh, so fan is actually the GriffCon, is it? Was the startup tough for you with full-time painting? So, that is a good question. When I started my YouTube channel, it was with the intention of actually making it my full-time jobs, as I already mentioned. And it took me 1 year and 3 months to gather over 1,000 subscribers. And that is the moment where you actually can be monetized, right? So yeah, it took me 1 year and so that took me 15 months to get monetized on YouTube. Then it took me another year or so to actually like make something like $100 a month. And then it took me another year to actually make like a decent wage. And at the same time, I was finishing my university. So yeah, I worked hard to actually make it full time before graduating. And yeah. Okay, I see. That explains it. Okay. Hey Zero Dar. Man, you need to change this girl. And hello. I mean, we made some progress on the hair during this stream. Once I paint the corsage, or whatever is it called in English? Corset, braces, whatever. Her top outfit. And the stockings, I think that we will be done. Thank you, average mini painter. I can stay for slightly longer and talk with the celebrity himself. It's so funny that you say that I'm a celebrity because I don't feel like a celebrity at all. Like, I'm just a guy with broken English who can paint minis somewhat decently. Give us Space Marines. Everyone wants to see Space Marines. Life is not just about Space Marines, you guys. You know that? You are a large-ish YouTuber. What do you mean large-ish? Why don't you just say large? I'm joking, of course. Above average height. Yeah, above average height would be true in the context of the Czech Republic. But on a global scale, I am actually, well, also above average, but like... Czech people are actually the third tallest nation in the world, funnily enough. So I am very average for Czech Republic. And I am 6'1", by the way. Give us Drukari. I can give you Drukari in the future. I'm about to paint some incubi. Well, I was a bit starstruck. It was awesome to bump into you at McDonald's at Warhammer Fest and talk on the way to the event. Then later to see your duel in person. Haha, nice. I'm glad to hear that. 1 million subs coming soon, we hope. Yeah, I hope so too. That comes in with a lot of money as well, so yeah. But honestly, 1 million subs in this niche, that's almost impossible. Unfortunately, I got the short jeans. I'm a lot shorter than my Ukrainian cousins. Check and not using metric system. Well, I'm so sorry for trying to make it easier for everyone else. Yeah, like basically 186 centimeters or 86 or 85. What is 6'11" as centimeters. Yeah, there you go. At least beat Ninjon. Listen, I am not here to beat anyone. I am here to be the best version of myself. Yeah, metric is easy. I agree. But, like, metric is easy for everyone who lives in a country with universal healthcare. Everyone else, everyone normal uses metric system, you know. Yeah, exactly. We use a mix in the UK. It is dumb. Yeah, that is very strange. And also, what units do you use in the UK for measuring weight? I thought you are English. No, I'm not English. Do I sound English? Jesus. My English is in fact broken as hell. Yeah, kilos, grams, pounds, and stones. Why the fuck do British people use three different units? That's insane. That's insanity. Why do you combine kilos, pounds, and stones? Why three of them? Oh, Thomas. Well, it's not exactly like glazing, it's fat glazing. So there is more paint than if you compared it to just like a regular glaze. And see you later if you are leaving. Because we get angry. No, I don't understand. Like, seriously, why do you use three different units to measure weight? That just doesn't make sense. Also, the English language is ridiculous. Well, at least it's not that difficult. Stones sounds better to say 18 stone instead of 187 kilos. Like, I would assume if anyone weighs as much, it doesn't really matter what unit you say it in. We have been invaded so many times and they all brought different standardizations. Hey, we didn't colonize half the world to be asked questions. Okay, fair enough. Also, thanks everyone who followed right now. I keep on saying that I can't keep up with the alerts, but yeah, appreciate it. The English language was only standardized after the Tudor times, which was quite recent. July 4th is when we couldn't be arsed and give it back. Okay, I am a little bit nosy, but why do you keep looking over your shoulder? You mean like this? That's because I'm seeing whether the mini is in focus or not. Because like, of course I can see it on my stream, but at the same time I can see it faster right here. Hope that explains it. Is someone keeping you captive? I mean, that's where my camera is, so it makes sense. Jesus Christ, I feel like I can't focus today. I'm all over the place. Be right back, calling the police. There's so much work on the hair that I have to do, but like, impossible to do it on stream. Yeah, but like, tell me, you guys, what do you think about the hair and like the mini so far? But mostly the hair, because that's new. On stream, it looks kind of weird, but in real life, it looks much better. I wonder if it has something to do with color rendering. Thank you for the follow, Operator Hood. Atel. Imagine that call. There is this bearded guy painting semi-naked lady somewhere in this city, and he just confirmed on his stream he is held somewhere against his will. They would think it's like a prank. Feels like one side of her hair is more saturated. Not sure if that is intended. So this side is supposed to be more exposed, but it definitely shouldn't be as different for you to notice like a significant difference. So maybe I'll have to adjust it, which is fine. Well, skin tones are fantastic. Face carries the piece. Hair is wonderfully framing it. Thank you. Yeah. I think that I'll have to adjust the hair. Like, even the somewhat complete bit. Till Zumikita streams. Welcome. So how did you find me? Did you find me through Instagram, or did you just... Were you just scrolling on Twitch? I'm not gonna lie, painting standing up for 2.5 hours is not comfy. But I will not adjust anything because I have PTSD from the last time. No. Gary dares me already to lower it, but no. I'm not gonna do that. What happened last time? Yeah, so basically the last time I was sitting down and painting this exactly the same miniature. And if you actually go to my Twitch channel, you'll notice that I streamed 2 times previously, like on Saturday. And that's because my last stream was broken up into 2. And basically what happened is that I was telling the chat that I have height adjustable table. And Gary was like, no, I don't believe you. And I was like, uh-huh. And Gary was like, nuh-uh. And I was like, you wanna see that? And yeah, then I adjusted the height of my desk, and the entire stream went under. So that's what happened. So it was all because of Gary. Hi, I wasn't crawling, liked your YouTube, only started painting in December, old guy 62 and YouTube, Twitch, etc. since January. Well, Joe, welcome on board. I'm glad to have you here. Yeah, but what's worse about that last stream is that someone called Spilled Paint Pot gifted like 5 or 10 subs. And it was exactly the same time when the entire stream was offline for like 5 or 10 minutes. So yeah, really sucked. And it was all because of Gary. But yeah, you can 100% see that on the VOD. Classic Gary. Yeah. Thanks. I have already spent 100%, hundreds of dollars. Nice hobby, cheaper than my BMW. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, you gotta pick your hobbies. I wonder if doing meth or cocaine would be cheaper than this hobby, though. It might. My wife says I'm crafting. Well, she's not wrong, right? It is not by chance that we also call it the hobby plastic rack. Yeah, indeed. True. Doing math. Math. You know? Breaking Bad. Math. One thing about Breaking Bad, which is absolutely fucking bonkers, and I have no clue how it made it into the series. They estimated that there is like a million of meth addicts in Czech Republic, which is insane. That's 10% of the entire Czech population. Like, how could they put that into the show? Like, I don't know why. And how. Maybe all of the stuff that they are doing in the show is scientifically accurate, but this fact is just crazy. I'm not sure if that is accurate, but the writer is known for his very strict research. Czech Republic has 10 millions of citizens. 10 million citizens, right? Imagine that every 10th person that you meet on the street is meth addict. That's insane. That's not the case at all. That's absolute fucking science fiction. Yeah, in the Breaking Bad, they said that like 10% of the population is addicted to meth, which like what? Whole Baltic and Russian region is fucked up. Like Russia has record alcoholism. Okay, yeah, like that's fair. Like alcoholism, fine. Like maybe that could be the case for the Czech Republic as well, but meth? They didn't consider anything under 6% hard drink until like Obama years. Yeah, sure, like, but that's alcohol, you know? That's widely available. It's not fucking meth. No, I'm not saying that alcoholism is fine. I'm saying the substance is legal. Meth is illegal. And saying that 10% of your population is addicted to it, it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, right now. Give it time, maybe start trying to push meth and it'll become a reality. Even 1% is fucking insane. Meth only once. Yeah, some people say that you just have to try everything in life, right? Reminds me of that US campaign with the Don't Do Drugs pencils. What? Never heard of it. I'm still laughing at the fact that someone thought that 10% of the entire population of this country is addicted to meth. Like, what the hell? Well, a poisonous mushroom will only poison you once. Yeah, true that. Try melting your gunpla nibs and shoving in spoon. Jesus Christ. Don't give people ideas, man. So in the US, there was a big anti-drug campaign where police, experts, etc. visited schools and talked about the bad side of drugs. I feel like these kind of campaigns do more harm than good, but yeah, I get it. At the end, they handed out pencils with "Don't do drugs." Now imagine what happens to the pencil when you sharpen it. Do drugs. Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, yeah. There, just educated kids on how great drugs are. Now imagine what happens to the drug enforcement agencies when all these kids listen. They're out of a job. You mean those winners don't do drugs screens on the arcades didn't work? Today in Zumi stream, chat shows their drug habits. That's fine. I mean, I'm not sure if it's against the terms of service, but I guess we'll find out later. I mean, listen. I don't encourage anyone to do any kind of illegal substance. So, yeah. I just feel like I have to say that. Yeah. As a smoker, I collect the packages with all the horrible pictures. Yeah, I know these kind of people. The chat is hilarious right now. Winners in the arcades did speed and caffeine. Say perhaps to drugs. No, I do not endorse this message. But legal substances. Yeah, like Adderall, right? I heard that in the US it's like super regular. That everyone is addicted to Adderall. Gotta go. If I'm lucky, the kid's bedtime will only take an hour and I can get a little more paint on my Drukhari. Till next time. See you, an average mini painter. See you next time, hopefully. Say, let me go research that first. To drugs. The chat is so hilarious right now. I can't even say what's happening with a straight face. No, you guys are amazing. I'm just worried a little bit about the terms of service, you know. No, everyone wants Adderall. No, there are shortages since everyone is taking it. See, that's what happens when you try to regulate stuff. I guess. Or just imagine if the drugs that are illegal right now would become legal suddenly. Then there will be no profit to make. That's what happens when you turn doctors into drug dealers because of profit. Yeah, right. Just imagine having a socialized healthcare system funded by tax. Yeah, just imagine. Actually, anywhere else in the world except for the US. Or, well, almost anywhere else, I guess. I'm waiting for the Zumikito hot tub stream. You're gonna wait for some time, my friend. Pfizer and Big Pharma will find a way. Yeah, I'll have to look at the reference again. If you guys are wondering what reference am I looking at, it's the same miniature. So Easter Aya from Kingdom Death, painted by Sergio Calvo. I'm looking at the reference mostly just for the hair, but I still have to do it a bit differently though. Yeah. I would love to make a sauna stream, but like, how do I paint a miniature like that? I would assume that at least the palette won't ever go dry. Well, in sauna it will, but I mean, in Steam it won't. You know what, Majin? I really like speedruns. I really like speedrunning. And applying that to miniatures would be awesome. But then, of course, you decrease the quality of your paint job. So it's kinda counterproductive. Paint moss in 4 hours. Challenge is still up. I think so. I still haven't received the model yet, so yeah. But I would still like to put more time into that model. I know some channel does mini painting speedruns. A contest where each gets an hour or something to paint a mini of choice, then it's judged. Interesting. So it's just like speedrunning and you compare the quality. Speedrunning, speed painting. I would have participated, but not painting my moss. My dead gray moss by painting it. What? I have a question. Is your commission rate based on Czech currency? My commission rate is based on nothing because I don't do commissions. And there you go. Thomas is back again. Welcome back. Okay, this is very strange because in real life this hair doesn't look nearly as reflective as on stream. And I think it's because I am using a bit of fluo paint. And yeah, they are quite reflective, I suppose. But in real life it's definitely not like that. Yeah, very strange. Question, what was the technique for the pantyhose? For the pantyhose? So listen, the stockings are not done yet, so yeah. I mean, this is just like either green gray or gray green, one of those, whichever is darker. Hey Travis, thank you for the follow. Yes, I'm gonna push the stockings to white, or rather really light gray. But it won't be exactly white because I don't want the stockings to distract from the face and the hair and the personality, right? Did you leave the skin under the stockings as base coated? You mean this? This perfect angle? No, that's in fact not just base coated. That's pretty much almost done. The panties still have to be painted, and I will get to that once I get to stockings. Zumi explaining color choice like some people their car. Hey, what car do you drive? A blue one. Fuck you, Gary. I think I did a proper job explaining that. Come on. Okay, Limbo's mate is going to have it for sure. And never done semi-transparent before. Yeah, I did. I did one miniature from Limbo Division where there is a see-through cloth. But other than that, I haven't done anything. There's a fly in here. Christ. Yes, sorry, Hendarion. I don't think that I have that activated yet. But welcome either way. Any help on how to do non-metallic metal steel on oddly shaped things like a helmet? I mean, it really depends. It also depends like what aspect of painting non-metallic metal do you need help with. Gary, I don't know what colors you use. I only ever... Ah, okay, you are explaining the see-through stuff. Another one for you. Tips on getting shading in between areas of hair. So it really depends on the shape. So for example, if you see, or when you look at this kind of highlight that copies the shape of the hair, of the head, excuse me, the shades or the space between the, basically the gaps, should be way lighter in this area than at the bottom. I hope that makes sense. You know, so for example, here are your lighter midtones and highlights, and in here is basically just your base coat. But on the hair, and not in the gap, there should be at least some lighter layer on top, if that makes sense. But it also depends on how the hair is sculpted. I don't really like the way that Kingdom Death sculpts their hair on some miniatures. The worst offender is like the Sunstalker, pin-up Sunstalker Dancer, or whatever is the name of that bust. Yeah, like that hair is quite awful. Ideally, you want the hair to be sculpted in a single volume. Lucy's hair, like, it depends. I will have to have a proper look at it until I make my judgment. It might be better though. Yeah, okay. I think that I will make some more passes of red on top of these highlights and then go back and forth some more, you know, until I get it just right. But honestly, I don't think that I will do significant progress on the stream, since, you know, it's quite problematic to highlight this kind of hair because it's very wild. Especially the back, which is not painted at all. So I will have to do all of that offline. And I think that this is where we are gonna end the stream, actually. So if you guys have any questions for me, I think that I can answer those. It's very hot in here and I have to open my window. So once I do that, the stream is basically over. So let me get some questions. I will try and reference your videos, but non-metallic metal is such a wide subject to know where to place reflections. So the simplest thing that you can do is, this is not exactly like the correct way to actually do this, because you should recognize which shapes reflect the light in what way. But what you can do is prime the miniature with some somewhat glossy black primer, put it under a lamp, take a photo of it, and find the volumes like that. And actually, the video where I paint the red Sister of Battle does it like that as well. Okay, back to work. Nice meeting you. Hope to talk in the future. Joe from Minnesota, USA. See you later, Joe. Catch you on a different stream, hopefully. Zumi, how do your transition get so smooth? It's just a matter of going back and forth between different colors and like doing that all the time, I guess. I sadly missed the very start of Aya, so I did not see it just base coated. Could you just quickly state your steps? Um, I mean, it really depends. In this case, for the skin, I base coated it and started quite roughly. Built some light reflections with like 3 different layers that weren't even blended properly. Then I took my airbrush, shaded the transitions between those reflections, and mostly like the midtones and shades. And then I went back to my initial colors and started to fix some of the spots that felt like they are not blended properly. If that makes sense. Thank you a lot. Love the Easter years. Yeah, those are not done at all, by the way. It's just like a base coat and 1 layer. But thank you. Yeah, thank you, Thomas. So yeah, Gary, if you do have any questions, just like message me, I guess. But yeah, if you just see or if you watch those VODs that are on my channel, on my Twitch channel, you'll see it there. Video idea: show how to fix mistakes. Usually YouTubers cut those out, but it would be really nice to see it in a separate 5-minute video. I guess I could do that, but it's like there is not a single solution to all your problems, right? So if you see that there is like a transition that you are not happy with, there are like 5 ways that you can approach it for the skin tones. If it's on the hair of the miniature, then like it's entirely different approach. So there is no one size fits all solution. So yeah, I'm not sure if it can be executed properly, this video idea. How many paints do you think you own? Too many. Too many is the right answer because like I'm not using most of my paints. I don't know, like 200 or 250 paints. So yeah. Okay guys, this is it. I'll do some work on the hair offline, and then in the next stream hopefully we'll do the stockings and the corsage, or whatever is that called again. And yeah, see you until the next one. Bye. Yeah, the corset. I don't know. I didn't know that this is the tracks. Yeah, that as well. So yeah, see ya.